amazing, being tan, like whatever it is, you're like idea of a perfectionist. Like we have bought into this as a society because it is shown to us so many times. And the more we see things, the more that gets reinforced. So that's one of the reasons why all these different things that you see in your life, being like, oh, this is how I need to show up. This is how I need to do my business. This is how I need to live. It's because of everything that's coming into your life, how you grew up, all these different things that show you that this is the perfect life. But in reality, perfect life is individual. It is based on who you are and how you work. And so the more that you can lean into, okay, wait, no, that's not me. Like, this is not my idea. This is not what I want. I actually hate the sand. I don't like the beach. Like, that's not even my idea of perfection, like perfect. So, like, what is it for me? And when you're able to see, like, that's not me, what is me? What is it that I can do and be to be able to show up in life that really fulfills me and really gets me going in the morning and be like, yeah, this is my life. I'm so excited. What are those things that really drive you?
Yeah, definitely. How do you determine those things? You know, especially when there's so many opinions and people pulling you in all those directions. How do you really listen to yourself and what you want?
Yes, the biggest inhibitor that I see from this is the intake of information, intake of shows, of TV, of all these sorts of different things, like podcasts, so many different things that you can just intake. And so it's allowing space and quiet and rest to come into your life so that you can see and notice that once you turn down the volume of everything else that's going on, what is it? What are those little whispers in you that come up and be like, I want to go to the beach. Oh, I want to go camping. Oh, I want to message this person. What are those small inclinations that you have turned off for so long? And the more that you can quiet the noise around you and listen inwards, that volume's going to get louder and louder because you're listening to it. You're like, oh yeah, you want to hear me? Like, here's some ideas. Here's some insight. Like, let's go. Let's live this life that we have here. And so the more that you can do that, to be able to listen internally of what's going on and where you're at, and listen to what it is that you tell others when you're in that excited state, when you're inspired in your life, because those are the things that light you up, that you should, take a look under the covers and be like, what's underneath this? What's going on? What am I excited about and why?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when you are quiet, you can find out a lot about yourself. Could you share a time in your own life when you had to ditch perfectionism to achieve something meaningful?
Yes, so many different times. Even writing the book on perfectionism, it was very silly because I was like, okay, like I just need to get this down. Like I shouldn't face this issue. Like I'm writing a book on it for goodness sake. Like I should be able to know this stuff by heart and be able to not feel it. But of course, those doubts, those fears, those concerns came up being like, oh, should I include this in the book? Oh, this chapter should be longer. Why am I saying this? Oh, that doesn't look right. All these different things came up that prevented me to continue writing the book, from continuing to edit it, from continuing to put the page, the cover of it together. All these different things allowed me to question so much with it all. But the more that I saw the bigger picture of why am I doing this? Why am I putting this out there? I know it's for the people out there that are facing similar issues, to show them they're not alone, to show them that there's ways to get through this and how to do it in ways that actually work for them. The more that I can zoom out and see that, the more I could be like, okay, it's not really an issue. It's going to be okay. But that took time and consideration for myself and being like, okay, I'm not going to write this in 3 months. I'm not going to write this in 6 months. Whatever time it takes, I will make it happen to be able to keep coming back to this because I feel so impassioned by this and know that so many people need this in the world.
Yeah, definitely. So for our listeners that are kind of just starting this journey to live their best life, what are 3 actionable steps that they can take today to begin their transformation?
Yes, the first is to allow that space in your life. So it could be going on a walk, it could be putting on a meditation, it could be just sitting outside and listening to the birds. Take some time to just be with yourself. And sometimes it can be hard for ourselves to turn it off and be like, okay, I'm just going to be silent. I'm going to do nothing. So if it's just for a minute, that's totally fine. Because oftentimes when we just sit down, our brain can be like, oh, like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? You might twitch a little, be like, oh, too much. I got to have some intake of something. But the more you can see, like, oh, this is actually quite nice. Maybe I'll spend another couple minutes here. Maybe I'll just sit here and bring my tea over here. When you're able to sit with that, then you can see what's going on inside of you and allow some space for everything else that's coming in to settle, to let go. The second step is to start to understand what it is that you want. Start to listen to those inclinations and ideas that keep on coming up for you. What do you keep talking about, or what do you keep putting off? And how can you take some action to be able to see yourself in that life, of that life that you really want, of doing those things? Allow yourself to go there and do it and take those baby steps, even if you have to bribe yourself to make it happen. Because the more that you do, the more you're going to enjoy your life and the more you're going to be excited to wake up and get up for the day and make things happen. And then the third is to surround yourself with people that understand, that are supportive, that care about you and what you're going through. It's so easy to be on social media and be like, okay, like all the chatter and all the different things, negative thoughts and everything. And so when you notice that, bring yourself compassion, bring compassion to other people and be like, makes sense that you're going through this, that you're feeling that way.